Good day, everyone. So our lesson for today is all about animal parts and functions.
The animal body has many parts, and each one has a different name and function. Many animals we know have eyes, nose, mouth, ears, and limbs. There are other animals with beaks, feathers, scales, tails, and horns. Some species have specific body parts and features. These include 1. Body coverage. Mammals have hair or fur. Birds have feathers. Reptiles have dry scales. Amphibians have soft, moist skin. And fish have wet, slimy scales. 2. Body appendages. In vertebrates, an appendage can refer to a locomotor part, such as a tail, fins on a fish, limbs, legs, flippers, or wings on a tetrapod. Exposed sex organ. Defensive parts, such as horns and antlers, or sensory organs, such as auricles, proboscis, trunk and snout, and barbels. So I have here some types of body appendages. These are antennae. Antennae are connected to the first 1 or 2 segments of the arthropod head. They vary widely in form, but are always made of 1 or more jointed segments. While they are typically sensory organs, the exact nature of what they sense and how they sense, it is not the same in all groups. Next is tentacles. Any of various long, flexible structures that stick out usually around the head or mouth of an animal, as a jellyfish or sea anemone, and are used especially for feeling or grasping. Next is wings, one of the movable feathered or membranous paired appendages by means of which a bird, bat, or insect is able to fly. Also, such an appendage, as of an ostrich, even though rudimentary or modified, so no longer having the power of flight. Next is gills. A gill, is a respiratory organ that many aquatic organisms use to extract dissolved oxygen from water and to excrete carbon dioxide. The gills of some species, such as hermit crabs, have adapted to allow respiration on land, provided they are kept moist. Next is limbs. Any of the paired parts, as an arm, wing, or leg, of an animal that stick out from the body and are used mostly in moving and grasping. Fins. A fin is the part of a fish's body that protrudes into the water and helps it balance and move in various directions. Tails. The tail is the section at the rear end of certain kinds of animals' bodies. In general, the term refers to a distinct, flexible appendage to the torso. It is the part of the body that corresponds roughly to the sacrum and coccyx in mammals, reptiles, and birds. Hoof or hooves, a covering of horn that protects the front of or encloses the ends of the toes of some mammals, as horses, oxen, and pigs, and that corresponds to a nail or claw. Horns. Horns are an animal's weapon, so it follows that as a symbol, they function as representing strength and aggressiveness. They are also the power and dignity of the divinity, and horned gods usually represent warriors and lords of animals. Antlers. Antlers are a single structure composed of bone, cartilage, fibrous tissue, skin, nerves, and blood vessels. They are generally found only on males, with the exception of reindeer caribou. Claws. Claws are used to catch and hold prey in carnivorous mammals, such as cats and dogs, but may also be used for such purposes as digging, climbing trees, self-defense, and grooming, in those and other species. Beak. A beak is the hard, pointed structure sticking out from a bird's face. The word beak refers to the bill on a bird, which protrudes from the face and is used for eating, grooming, and pecking. Paws. The foot of a quadruped, such as a lion or dog, that has claws. Broadly, the foot of an animal. Whiskers. A type of stiff, functional hair used by most mammals to sense their environment. These hairs are finely specialized for this purpose, whereas other types of hair are coarser as tactile sensors. Snout or muzzle. A snout is the protruding portion of an animal's face, consisting of its nose, mouth, and jaw. In many animals, the structure is called a muzzle, rostrum, or proboscis. Trunk. The human or animal body apart from the head, neck, and appendages. Torso. So that ends our lesson for today. Thank you, everyone, and goodbye.